Win your love for me. Shameka Grayson has loved Lamarre Barton for as long as she can remember. He is the father of her year-old daughter, Trinity Empress, who Lamarre loves more than life itself. However, he does not feel the same for his child's mom, Shameka. And Shameka knows this. Her best friends, Floyd, who is friends with both Shameka and Lamarre, and never takes sides. But she knows in her heart that Shameka is nothing more to Lamarre than his child's mother. Lamarre feels he is not ready to settle down with anyone, but what he won't do is abandon his baby girl Empress, so against his better judgment and his sister Royal's advice, he moves Shameka and his baby Empress into his apartment in Northgate Manor. Shameka knows it is all because of the baby, but she can dream if she wants. And she wants. However, Lamarre has met a new lady friend, Tameal, who is a longtime rival of Shameka's, which made Lamarre that much more desirable. In fact, Tameal only wants Lamarre because of some get back on Shameka. Shameka learns too soon that you will get the baby, but you won't always get the man. But until she wins Lamarre's heart, she makes his life a living hell. Shameka. Baby steps. Empress is growing so very fast. My Aunt Jacqueline says she is on the same mind level as a 10-year-old. Yes, my toddler is very observant, as I should be at my age, but my life is turning out to be everything but the goal I once intended on. So after graduation, my best friend, Dinelli, left to study criminal justice at Benedict College in Columbia SC. I went to Greenville Tech's Greer campus and took up stenography. After 2 years, I landed a job as a court reporter to Judge Tony Sutton, and I loved every bit of it. Not to mention the discounts. But as soon as I was confirmed pregnant by Dr. Angela Kelly with Lamarre at my side, I was ecstatic to have him by my side when our child came into the world. At first, Lamarre wanted no part in being in my life or the baby, but neither of us believed in abortion. So I told him to go on about his business and not to worry about me or the baby, and he said, fine. We'll hit you off with some cash every week for and the baby, but it had better be going on to things for the two of you. Not to a boy toy. However, once he left and I was in my house alone, although Lamarre believed my big girls don't cry facade. As soon as he was gone, I called his mom and cried a river. Miss Shirley. Lamarre walked out on me. The very next day, Lamarre called and asked me out to dinner. Being pregnant, I was not turning down a meal. I apologize for earlier. You are the mother of my firstborn child and I will always respect you for that. But that is all there is between us, nothing more. I choked back tears, yet a few managed to slide down my face. Lamarre, you don't owe me anything, but you are either in or out. He looked at me and asked, why do you want to be with someone who doesn't love you? I looked at him, voice trembling. You can learn. He chuckled and said, sorry. Didn't major in bullshit. Sometimes, especially times such as this moment when I realize, this fool is taking me for granted, and he is never going to change, until I make him change. Baby bump is just the beginning. I will win his love for me. I tried to block out the adage my mom's friend Ms. Wenda always said, you lose a man the same way you got him. Meaning Lamarre was dating my older sister Raven when I became pregnant, but truth be told, if he was her man, he wouldn't be so easy to take. Now I am beginning to feel that Auntie Wenda was right, because I am really feeling like he is sneaking. Sure, he moved me and Empress out of my parents' house, but even though I am living in his apartment with our baby, Lamarre has become distant and that bothers me, but not as bothered as his ass was gonna be when he saw the detailing I did to his car. He thinks he is slick, having whomever he was tricking with pick him up from his mama's house. Young, and need a break, and it may help my Mar situation. Time alone with just the two of us, maybe then he will stop saying there is no two of you. There are three, and she is the only person that brings us as two. Nothing more, nothing less, but I do know two things. Mar loves himself some Empress, our daughter is his heart, and I want to be his soul. Tameal. It's all in the game. I had no idea Shameka and Lamarre had a child together, but it stands to reason. Lamarre was very handsome, but the most attractive thing about him was Shameka, and just that fact alone was enough for me to stop being hard to get. It is only fair. Shameka was once my friend. We were inseparable. Until junior year at Greer High School, when I began dating Reggie Casey, a senior. Shameka is the type to not notice a guy until one of her girls got a guy. Then Shameka really got flirtatious. One Friday when Shameka and I were just teenagers, my parents went out of town for the weekend. Shameka and Reggie arrived within minutes of each other, as well as at least 20 more people. all claiming Shameka invited them. All was smooth until I heard a commotion in the kitchen. "Shameka, what in the world?" I asked. Reggie was sprawled on the floor gasping for air. She had tazzed him in the Adam's apple, simply because she overheard him begging his teammate, Tommy, just to take Shameka off his hands so he could spend time alone with me. But when she overheard him refer to her as an ignorant bitch, it was on. Now Reggie would never fight a girl, but his twin sister Regina would. And she did. She had Shameka by the weave. And Shameka was kicking that so hard, in fact, that her foot hit one of the tabletop tiki torches. The whole thing came down, splashing lighter fluid and spreading flames. I was still hoping the flames could be doused with water. It only spread. Everyone had to evacuate. When my parents were contacted, they caught the first plane home, to a house burned completely on the bottom floor. But as my mom plopped down on her soot-covered bed, she ran her hands beneath the cool white sheets. She hardly made the bed on weekends, but there was a condom stuck to her fingers. "Davin, wait until you see this." I was clueless. Most importantly, I was innocent. But the thing on their mind was finding temporary lodgings until their house was repaired. But they also made it clear that I would not be moving with them. And when I turned to Reggie, I realized I was homeless. Especially when his mom refused to even let him see me anymore. Because I was crazy and drama always followed me. And she was right. And the drama was Shameka.